Hello everyone. In last class, we have ended the video on this topic, that is V to I converter. And in the last class, I have left with a question that what is the need of V to I converter? Because in this circuit, what we are doing, we are generating a current on the basis of some voltage. This can also be done with a simple resistor. So that was a question that I left in the previous video. I'll give two more circuits based on a similar type, and then I'll tell you the reason for this op-amp based V2I converter instead of just resistor based V2I converter. So now one more circuit is I to V converter. This is I to V converter. In this I to V converter, again this is a current source, and we have to generate. We need an output voltage proportional to I. Again, applying it KCL at this point, 0, this is 0 minus V naught by R minus I equals to 0. So V naught is equals to minus IR. So in the previous circuit, similarly in this circuit, one can easily think what is the need of this op-amp based circuit. We can simply use a single resistor, and with the help of that resistor we can generate the required voltage that will be the proportional to the input current. So what is the need? The same question applied to this circuit also. Now one more type of similar circuit is that is unity gain circuit. This is a unity gain circuit. What is the unity gain circuit? Unity gain circuit is whatever is the input is the same as output. So what is this op-amp is doing? Suppose that Vi has some input impedance Ri, and this is similar to a non-inverting amplifier. When there is no feedback, that is Rf is equals to 0. So if Rf equals to 0, Vo naught equals to Vi. So this is also open unity gain op-amp amplifier. Irrespective of unity gain amplifier, we can also use this. It is not amplifying. Its name is unity gain amplifier, but this circuit is not amplifying the incoming voltage. It is simply transmitting the incoming voltage to the output level. So it is just like V naught equals to Vi. We can directly put a wire, and we can replace this op-amp based circuit with a wire. So what is the need of putting this entire circuit? The question in all three type of circuit is same, that what is the need of op-amp based this circuit where we can directly put a simple resistor bit or direct a wire based circuit. So to answer that question is, suppose, let me draw it. Suppose I have a voltage divider. Let's say it is a 10 volt. This is 5k and this is 5k. Now I am taking voltage from here. This is ground. So now this is 10 volt, this is 5k, this is 5k. So if we take voltage divider, the output will be here 5 volt, right? Just it will divide the voltage in two half. Suppose this voltage has to be given to some other circuit for some purpose. So suppose suppose this circuit has to be used in a V2I converter. I have this 5 voltage and I have to convert a current based on the incoming voltage, and so as we have already discussed, there are two options for V2I converter. One is we can directly put a resistor. Another thing is we should put an op-amp. Now first we will look what will happen when we'll put only the resistor. Suppose I have to get this circuit and I have to make a V2I converter. In that case, what will I do? In that case, this will be connected to this load. Let us assume this is also 5k. Now if this is also 5k, it will become parallel to this circuit. These 5k resistance and this 5k resistance will become parallel. So effectively this total 5k will become 2.5k. And now when we apply voltage divider, it will not give me a 5 volt. It will give me something like 2.5 divided by 7.5 into 10. So it will comes out to be 10 by 3, that is 3.33. Effectively what will happen, when as soon as I apply a 5k resistor, an external 5k resistor, the net impedance in the lower half will reduce, and subsequently the net voltage output, that is the voltage division, will reduce. So I will not get 5 volt, I will get some other voltage. So what is the solution for that? The solution is we replace we replace this resistor with such a circuit whose input impedance is infinite. So anything parallel with infinite will remain that value itself, so it will not drop the voltage, just like an op-amp based circuit. So let me make it correct. Now what is the better solution? The better solution is I will put this across an op-amp, and again that V2I circuit that can be used. So the advantage of having op-amp, that its input impedance is infinite. So whenever it is connected to any circuit, it will not affect the resistance of that circuit. So that's why it is used as a buffer. Buffer means direct unity gain amplifier is buffer, and that's why it is used as direct voltage to current converter and current to voltage converter. We cannot use directly simply a wire for unity gain and a resistor based circuit for voltage to current as well as current to voltage output. So this is clear. Now we'll move onwards. Precision rectifier. Now what is the precision rectifier? Suppose, what are the rectifiers? Rectifiers are the unit circuits that are used to convert AC into DC. Am I right? So now the thing is to switch on the diode. To switch on the diode, we need at least cut-in voltage from the input side to get it on, which is roughly 0.7 volt for diodes. So we need at least 0.7 volt of diode voltage in the incomer to get it switched on. Let's say I have to I have to do rectification for a circuit, for a signal which is in the range of millivolt. It means I have to rectify a signal whose peak value is in the range of millivolt. If the value of the peak value of the signal is in the range of millivolt, it cannot be rectified by simple rectifier, because diode require at least 0.7 volt to get switch on. So in that case, we use the precision rectifier. It is a half wave rectifier circuit just with a op-amp. Now we'll move further. So in this case, when diode is off, that is in the negative half cycle. When diode is off in the negative half cycle, then diode is off, open loop converter, we will not get any output. As soon as we apply a positive half, that is when diode is on. In that case, because of op-amp, we get gain which is higher, which will enable the diode on. It means, let's say whenever the input voltage is given, which is in the range of millivolt, after amplification it will become higher than the 0.7 volt. As soon as it becomes higher than 0.7, the diode will become short, and after that it behaves like a voltage follower unity gain amplifier. So it does the rectification by that part. So this is precisely used for precision rectifier. We can also use the full wave rectifier as well as half wave rectifier with the op-amp. Now another circuit is sample and hold circuit. This is very important circuit. I think this circuit is practically used when we see the communication part. In the communication theory, there are many circuits for analog communication generation signals. In that case, sample and hold circuit are used. Now what does the sample and hold circuit do? See, this is an incoming source. Let me write it also. This is Vi. Okay, here it is Vo. Okay, and this is a MOSFET. This is the switching a signal to the MOSFET. This is in a capacitor. So what will happen? This MOSFET will be switched on as soon as it gets the higher voltage, and it will be switched off as soon as it gets a lower voltage. So when I am connecting Vi, so this is my, let me show the graph. This is my Vi and this is V0. So what will happen? The Vi is varying like that. We can see it is a mixture of sinusoidal signal. As soon as we apply the level pulses, the MOSFET will be shorted and the capacitor will be charging by this path. Since the net resistance in the charging path is almost zero, assuming we are having an ideal switch, ideal MOSFET as a switch, therefore it will charge in almost zero time. It will charge in zero time means it will follow identical to the input. And as soon as we remove the pulse, as we remove the pulse, it becomes open circuit, so that now capacitor cannot discharge. If the capacitor cannot discharge, now the remaining part is the op-amp voltage unity gain amplifier. So whatever voltage is this point, we will get the same point at this one. So this is the dotted line. The dotted line in the graph, which is in between Vi and VO, indicates the value at which the pulse is being applied. Here after the pulse is removed, it remains constant. Then pulse applied, it varies. Then pulse is removed, pulse varies. So when we get a positive pulse, at that time this switch will become short and it will sample the incoming voltage. It will sample the incoming voltage. As soon as we give the negative pulse in the MOSFET, it will hold the value. So first the capacitor will sample and then it will hold. That's why it is known as sample and hold circuit. And the op-amp is just used to transmit, just to use as a unity gain amplifier to transmit the capacitor value to the output. Now, one more is, next application of op-amp is log amplifier. Log amplifier is very easy. Just we are using a diode. This is a current. So since assuming this is I, what is I? This is ground. So as per the virtual ground, this will be also ground. I equals to Vi by R equals to I naught e to the power minus V naught by Vt, because 0 minus V naught over. It will be 0 minus V naught. So it is minus V naught by Vt. Then just cross multiplying, V naught equals to e to the power minus V naught by Vt. So here again we go downwards. E to the power V naught by Vt is equals to R I naught into Vi. Just we have taken the reciprocal, taking anti-log. So V naught by Vt equals to ln R I naught upon Vi. Therefore V naught equals to Vt into ln R I naught upon Vi, which is, we can also, in some books it is also written as minus Vt times ln Vi into R I naught. Now with log amplifier there is also one more application that is called as anti-log amplifier. It is simple circuit. Just we have replaced the positions of diode and resistor. Again here this current is I equals to I naught e to the power Vi minus Vt, which is equals to 0 minus V naught by R. By doing the cross multiplication, we can get V naught equals to minus R I naught e to the power Vi minus Vt. Now another circuit is multiplier and divider circuit. What is the multiplier and divider circuit? We had already seen the addition and adder and subtractor in the previous video. In multiplier, just we use, this is Va, Vb, take log, it will be ln Va, ln Vb, use summer or adder. If it is adder, then it will be multiplier. If it is a subtractor, then it will be divider, because it will be added ln Va plus ln Vb, it will become ln Va plus ln Vb, and by ln Vn plus ln Vb is ln Va into Vb by logs, as we know, log of A plus log of B is log of AB, and by taking anti-log we can get Va and Vb. Similarly for division we can just use minus here and we can put ln Va minus ln Vb, which will be ln Va by Vb. After taking anti-log it will become Va by Vb. Now this is an integrator circuit. In integrator circuit, it is R, it is C, this is ground, so this will also be ground. So just applying KCL at this node, 0 minus Vi by R plus 0, since the current across C is C dV by dt, where here the voltage will be 0 minus V naught. So it is minus C dV naught by dt. It is 0, it is V naught, so C dV naught by dt, and because of this 0 minus, this is minus, so it is 0 minus Vi by R minus, or you can also say it is plus within the bracket. If let us assume it is plus within the bracket 0 minus C dV naught by dt, so it becomes minus equals to 0. Now taking reciprocal integrating, we can get V naught equals to minus Vi by RC dt. Now this is one more last, is the differentiator. In differentiator, we just replace the position of R and C. At this, we apply virtual ground, and I equals to C dVi by dt, which equals to minus V naught by R, which in turn give V naught equals to minus RC dVi by dt. With this, we have completed the applications of linear applications of op-amp. Now in next video, we'll start with non-linear applications of op-amp. The application whose output is fixed, that is plus VCC and minus VCC, that are non-linear application. We'll start with that and we'll study the different application of non-linear op-amp. Okay, thank you.